NXP, more stable, and even Drix. Hate, I know my doubts on Hate is still not yet cleared. Not to mention, Chester has a nice pick down the Kagura for those melee lineups, right?
There's a lot of good catch coming out from NXP, but I
Yeah.
guess the problem that they have might still be as the same as in the previous game. Game number two, they don't have the best wave clear in the world.
Yeah.
While they do have the Kagura, that Kagura spending all of his time just clearing the wave in the in the mid game and the
Hmm.
late game. I think the best for next play. However, I still don't feel as comfortable for execrations because they do feel the Lancelot and there's a lot of catch in there.
Yeah.
There's Gatot Kacha that
Yeah.
can. Here's the thing, right? The Thorn Rose, as good as it is as a tool to dodge a lot of skills,
Yeah.
you can still anticipate it. And
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
Kufra
Yeah.
that I always feel is a good counter against the Lancelot.
Yes, yes. You could just layer, wait out one Thorn Rose, wait out one Puncture, and you could flicker ult.
That's
That's
right.
the thing about the Kufra. Not to well, here's the thing. I think one of the edge heroes here for Execration would be the Farsa,
Yeah.
and also Benny Cuties Cho.
Yeah.
I always have I have very high expectation of Benny Cuties Cho. But yeah, we forgot to get Chakno here
The
on the
Chakno
Atlas.
special.
All right. So this might be it. It might be a nice saving grace here for Execration because we did mention that upon revealing the first three picks, Execration is taking on a good form, right?
That's right.
But I'm gonna be sticking on to my prediction. I would still stick with
Okay.
NXP.
All right. Nevertheless, Shinbu, what I do like about Execration is that they have this Atlas and there's no Purify for NXP Solid.
Yes, that's no problem.
However, NXP Solid, they still have Khalid, a very good anti-all-in strategy in our next play Solid.
Hmm.
Obviously with the sustain. Nevertheless, I want to see how Hate will use this Lancelot in a game that he will not be as comfortable in.
Indeed. And NXP has a good read on the disruption being done here by Chaknu. It is going to be a bit of a slow game, totally early game, but don't worry. I'm very sure we have a very bloody fight considering the lineups here, considering the teams.
Yeah.
Execution, we just need to be careful of the team fights. Earlier, we keep on mentioning that NXP has a nice early game, has a nice lane control, has a nice
Yeah.
pickup capacity. But in terms, they need to be careful on taking team fights against Execution. This time, I would be advising that for Execution because the Kagura is very threatening.
Yeah. You know what? Here's something that I'm gonna say that's weird.
Mm-hmm.
I think that in this game we have to eliminate our analysis of the micro
All right.
between the matchups,
Mm.
but maybe just depend on how the both teams will approach this because again there's a lot of weakness when it comes to the Lancelot. There's also weakness when it comes to the lineup of
Mm.
next play Solid. So both of them have their pros and their cons that when they do clash, it will always depend on how they will execute. And as cliche as that
Yeah.
sounds, man,
Yeah.
it's literally what's gonna happen. However, on a micro scale, I still will favor the lineup of NXP Solid
All right.
because of the fact that they have an easier way to push as compared to push in
Mm.
the late game, right?
Mm.
As compared to this lineup of Execration that when the Lancelot doesn't finish this game by 15 minutes, it's incredibly hard for them to dive now.
Yeah.
That is if Next Play Solid is gonna play as genius as Execution did in game number two when it comes to defending, right? Because it's not the best when it comes to defenses for Next Play Solid, but if they do play it as smart as what Execution did in the first game, they do have the chance in the late game.
Yeah. And I would account for the new picks on the lineup of NXP here.
Yeah,
We did mention that an Execution here is in their good form.
yeah,
We got some picks who's really onto the favored side of NXP, like a Kufra
yeah,
on Yawi.
yeah.
All right. We still get the Ling for H2 here. What about the timers? What about the timers?
Cool. Okay, so,
Late game favors one. I kind of but feel that. I mean, seeing game number two, I kind of but
mm,
feel that NXP should close out the game quicker.
yeah. So
Right?
it's easier for me to say that it's NXP. They have Ling,
Yeah.
which is a superior late game compared to well, superior late game hero
All
compared
right.
to the Lancelot.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Then again, there's an Atlas factor from Execution. I always felt that if there is no purify for your opponents, an Atlas with the true aim on his ultimate and with the right timing, can win the games no matter what. Even when they're behind by 5k gold, they can eliminate their opponents with the Lancelot the Atlas combo, especially because this is Chaknu and
Yeah.
there's no Purify
Yeah.
on the side of Next Play Solid. So if you're asking me what my predictions will be in the late game, it's scientifically Next Play Solid, but emotionally Execration. There it
Ah.
is.
Emotionally execration. Ah,
All right.
that's some good. That's some good pick. I'm actually trying to review the schedule for the matchup. They're within the same group, so they will be facing each other once again
Yeah,
in
that's right.
this
So
regular
there's
season.
round two at
Yeah,
least.
we get a round two for here. We will have the. There will be. There surely be a rematch, and I'm
What
just
would you call
curious
this
about
line?
the post game banter for
Yeah.
this.
What would you call this matchup?
If
Is it
totally bad blood, I would say
bad?
bad
Oh,
blood.
yeah,
Yeah,
right. It's this,
totally bad blood.
so
Yeah,
bad blood
yeah,
number two
yeah.
is coming in a few weeks time.
Yeah. We could like maybe name the second matchup so like Unforgiven, something like that.
Oh
It's so
my,
hardcore, right? Or something edgy,
something
maybe
edgy more,
because
right?
that's what's happening right now between these two teams.
Okay. So a standard setup for both teams, and Execration is leading in terms of gold. That's what you get from a massive wave clear.
Very
But they do
interesting
have a
tendencies here for NJ. Always staying in the back
yeah.
line, but that's the
Oh,
setup. That's the call for
hate.
setup here for NXP. That's what I'm talking about.
They get baited in.
That's kind of
And
what I'm talking
so
about hate.
yeah.
Huh?
So the thing with Lancelot is that if you land your dashes, which is considered as the Phantom Execution, and your what do you call puncture, there it is. You can infinitely go to your use your dash,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
if your opponents group up and they're in range of
Yeah.
one dash,
Yeah.
that's considered already
One dash, just
one
one dash
dash, no
on
reset.
two targets, right?
Exactly.
No reset. Yeah, that's the
So
thing.
NXP, what they did on that first blood is that they said, okay, the boat is sinking. Let's
Yeah,
group ourselves into three.
yeah,
And that spelled the doom for Hate. Hate
yeah.
had an angle, but he did not realize that NXP Solid can outplay him there.
Yeah, I actually love the hero design on Lancelot. It's
Yeah,
like a beautiful duelist. He likes
that's
taking
right.
these triangle formations, not just in the form of the tornadoes, but on the puncture.
That's right.
Again, the more spread out the targets are, the better for him.
Yeah.
That makes his dash. That gives more sense on his dash. And Maxir gets caught out. And that's what we're
Oh
talking. I
man.
mean, not we're talking about, but those are quite the easy pickups there by NXP without any conversion
Yeah.
on execution.
I wonder if Execration have exhausted all of their adrenaline after all those pauses and those remakes, because that's a lot of uncharacteristic
Yeah,
mistakes, particularly that jump from E to Max, and you cannot afford that in the early stages of the game. Oh no!
very interesting play. The sync between these two teams. You got here Chaknu dance around with his own fatal links. It forces Benekudi to walk. It forces
No way!
the Blade of Tempest to the H2 here by Benekudi onto the side. Hate was able to get a kill. I'm not so sure, but of course he gets killed as well by H2. 1-for-1, ladies and gentlemen, but overall a 4-for-1 in favor still of NXP.
No man, this is very scrappy from
Yeah,
Execration.
yeah, yeah.
And nevertheless, this is Execration anyways, right? This is what you
What
expect
you expect from a game
from
as a
these
creation.
guys.
Yeah, that's why we're not so surprised on the early
That's right.
mistakes, right?
Early game mistakes.
Yeah, and the problem here is that we cannot really say
Yeah,
if this continues on,
that's right.
execration will be lost because we'll be losing because that's not always the case for execration.
Oh, I kind of want to say that Execration did use an early game composition in game number two, and Roger said he's on a timer.
Yeah.
And they still won it after not having a control in the early stages of the game. I will dare say
Oh
that
my
it's
god.
literally the same this time in game
Yeah.
number one.
Yeah. Oh
Execration
my god.
needs to win the early game.
Yeah. Just a quick look onto the items. I was looking
Oh
into.
no,
All right, let's
Yowie!
go for the play-by-play here, ladies and gentlemen. That's gonna be Atlas though falling down quickly. Renegade zones out everyone. Actually, just one Etomax with that Avatar of Guardian. I just want to emphasize.
Yeah.
5 minute mark. Actually, we got the Clock of Destiny bot onto Chester. That was an early lead there
Oh
for a support. That
dear.
is big burst there for Chester. Added
Four
to his
assists.
combo. Added to his combo. He got the,
The
farm,
flame
the
shot.
flame shot.
The four assists allows him to be so
Yeah,
farm at this.
yes.
Renegade might even survive this, and indeed he
He
will.
will. He got the turtle on.
The shield. Oh wow. Okay.
Man.
So next play solid is definitely on a roll now,
Yeah, yeah.
and
I mean,
I
if you're
will
looking
say,
into the numbers, that's next place control already.
man, this is really scary for Execration.
Yeah.
they are so dependent on winning this early game and they
Yeah.
need to steamroll. They don't
Yeah.
have the right tools
Look at
in the
that.
late game apart from their Chakno ultimate, which is the Atlas Fatal Links. But
Yeah.
apart from that, they might find it incredibly hard against the lineup of NXP Solid.
Execration always plays with a miracle, and it will require a miracle to win this one. Look at that.
Whoa.
That might be the fourth death. Auto 8,
Whoa!
full combo here by next play. Puts in the P. The perfect execution, ladies and gentlemen, against Execration. You got Chaknu getting destroyed there. And the only ray of hope is not there for the party. It is going to be Benny Cutie. A 4-4 non-exchange NXP. Solid.
Oh man, this is where your classic video content makers will make something like the symphony of skills.
Yes,
Coming
man.
from NXP Solid, it's like a dance that it's not all together. It's layered properly,
Yeah.
especially with that Yaoi initiation. And
Perfect
we are saying
execution.
this
Yeah.
Yaoi special, and whoever pops off when it comes to the supporting roles really
Yeah.
elevates their team.
Yeah.
Yaoi with the jump, followed up by Renege's ultimate.
Yeah, this is how the fans love NXP. NXP knows how to layer their
Yaoi.
spells explosive in an explosive manner. And man, hate here.
Yeah.
Again, like what we expected. We're sitting here, 0-4 on the
Yeah.
main core, on the Lancelot. Totally not good news. Remember that in a way, Lancelot kind of plateaus
Yeah.
as well by the late game.
It's a problem with the Lancelot.
Yeah.
I can see that even a draft, we did say that we are so scared of this
No.
Lancelot.
Oh
We
my
were talking
God.
about how incredibly hard this is for him.
Yeah.
And he's already at 5 deaths, 7 minutes in. And execution, you're gonna blame
Man.
yourselves now for drafting that Lancelot.
Yeah, man, and that is the damage we are talking about. Down for Chester. He did receive the fatal links. It doesn't matter. Maybe after receiving the last insanity, it will matter. Gets the kill aside for Zapnu, and H2 would have to walk away.
Oh man.
Man, keep on saying, man. I
The-
mean, it's what we expected on the Lancelot pick. That's the
That's right.
problem.
We were saying that there's
Killing
a lot.
spree Lancelot.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Not even gonna be touching the late game there.
That's right. Now Benny Cutie is gonna be pummeled down, forced to use the ultimate. The phantom execution is
That's good.
quite off the mark, but they still take out one. Unfortunately,
Alright.
they will not get an additional. While they badly want to give it to Hate, Hate did not have the enough range
Yeah.
for him to be able to reach Yaoi. And when
Yeah.
all things is said and done, they weren't able to give the kill to the core,
Yeah.
and that was a support death. And next play, Solid are not really hampered by that kill, that by that death. I mean,
Execration needs to be reminded of the bad blood of
Oh,
the
yeah.
of the importance of winning this match. That's
yeah, they need that anger,
Yeah.
that adrenaline back
Yeah.
in them because it seems like they have really
Mm,
lost it at this game.
yeah. Look,
Oh,
H2 with the
nice.
bad blood against Benny. H2. He went for the dive. He did commit. He was able to walk away very quick on the finish points.
So the punishment from execution is to just take the turtle, but that might
Yeah.
not be even given to
Oh
them.
my God.
OMB,
Heartbreaking.
heartbreak indeed.
So heartbreaking.
Everything is falling apart for
Yeah.
execution like a house of cards. Take one away, and that's
Ah,
Lancelot, and it's already over.
After one of the biggest wins for a regular season, that game number 2.
Oh,
Can
to
we see
lose
this,
like
man?
this.
Yeah.
We're talking about mental reset, not
6,000 gold lead here
Yeah.
for NXP.
And
Man.
I think that we have to go back to the drafting lead.
Yeah, social media will be so explosive this
Oh.
Friday night. Everyone will be on their phones.
It's a freaky Friday, but NXP Solid, they have solidified their case.
Oh.
Yaoi with the jump, but
Yeah. Remember the job? There is the follow-up done by Renny J.
Oh,
H2
no.
follows through. Yaoi still alive. Was able to let his own ultimate down for Zapnu after bagging in Benny Q. But still, it's going to be Yaoi saying his goodbye. Zapnu here. His immortality gets popped. Chaknu follows up. Fatal
No
links.
ultimate.
Where is that not going to be hit? Already legendary after the double kill secured here by H2. Mega kill.
MB is feeling it, even diving. That's another death
Oh my
on
God.
Hate.
Yeah.
And they have hated Hate now. It's
Oh.
just Itomax, and he cannot defend.
Oh my God.
And
Artillery
this might be it.
It might be it. We're seeing actually on the
Oh,
artillery
look.
minion. If no one is actually tagging no artillery minion, the defense of the base would be up. The anti-backdoor for that part. 570.
A 10,000 gold lead for NXP Solid 10 minutes in.
Man, the draft.
How the mighty have fallen.
Yeah, the draft, man. The
The
draft.
draft.
The draft. I would say the draft. I just on the Lancelot. I mean, it's not really so stellar seeing the Exberg there, the Lancelot. Maybe seeing something so unique, like as unique as an Alice,
Yeah.
on that last pick.
NXP Solid just drafted this so well. So
Yeah.
they go for the Kufra Link combo, which is a little bit greedy, but it works almost all the time because the idea is you pick the counter
Oh
against your
my god.
opponents.
I'm worrying about the performance rating here,
Oh,
Wolf.
that's right.
We might be seeing some bronze performance
Oh, we
rating here.
might see the chocolate factory.
Yeah.
So after the Link pick, and the link of back-to-back picks, Execution went for the Atlas
Yeah.
as well as the Cho. We expected the Cho to be there, and we also saw that Atlas is a good pick for Execution because it might be banned out by NXP Solid. The problem was they revealed so much of their hands, so it's
Yeah.
definitely a side lane Cho and definitely support
Yeah.
Atlas.
Yeah.
And
Very cute, Icho. Yeah.
what you get from it is the fact that this is so all in. It
Yeah.
allowed NXP to just pick up that
Counters.
Khalid.
Yeah.
And it
Khalid. Counters. Kagura. Right?
Kagura. So this is your counter against the all-in strategies because what all-in strategies do is that they jump in, they hope to get a pickup or
Yeah.
two, and they don't have a plan B.
And the problem about all-in strategies, they have obvious inherent weaknesses.
That's
Normally,
right.
heroes that has all-in kits are very vulnerable to pickups,
That's right.
especially all-in compositions. And all-in compositions, they require complete sets.
Yeah.
If someone gets plucked out quickly, the assumption is easily removed here. And that's why it's now so hard for execution because even if they went all in here, their core
Yeah.
will not be adapt to follow up. 0-6 on that. That will clearly lack in damage facing a Gatot Kacha for
Yeah.
that part. You got a Kufra as well.
And a 10-0-5
And
Ling.
then 0-5 Link.
That's big problem for
H2 here.
NXP Solid now. And it's not like H2O did something
Yeah.
that's really out of the box now or
Yeah.
it's not like the best Link performance like
Yeah.
skill wise, but the fact that NXP Solid allowed H2O hashtag conserve H2O in this game,
Yeah.
it's wonderful to see. And that's the complete opposite of what Execution did with channeling the hate.
Yeah.
They did not
I actually want
channel
to
the hate.
mention. And acknowledge that NXP's competition shouldn't be as easy to go for push. But the lead is too much here. Right? The lead is too much
It's
here.
massive.
You can expect an inhibitor going down against Execration here. Top lane is gone. Bottom lane here, at least the wave clear is complete.
Yeah.
Lord is also cleared as well by Execration. But there you go. That's what we are talking about. The lead is too much. You'd be expecting an inhibitor threat to really
Yeah.
go down.
So they go far for their airstrike to go with that ultimate from the X-Borg. The jump me
All
up.
right. All right, Jacknu sets in with a fatal links, makes an explosive play of his own, and no one's focusing under the base. It's a shutdown against H2. Ladies and gentlemen, Execration tries to answer 4. Inhibitor turned on the bottom lane, already saying goodbye, and there is gonna be it.
No
That's
way!
a 1 by 1, and that's gonna be removed, and everyone is gone. Onto the NXP side, Execration takes the defense by wiping out Solid. And those are kind of a late game timers. Those are pretty long timers.
Oh my goodness! Emotion from Execration. We were talking about this.
Oh my god, they can
No way!
this. They might be able to juggle
No
this.
way!
They have enough damage. They're banning
No way!
There's the minion wave. Ladies and gentlemen,
They have the minions!
they have the minions. And that's
do
it. That's
No!
it. Oh my god.
Ah!
Oh my god. Jacknu in the place. The bad blood is settled. That's it. That's it. 2-1. And Execration has won. Execration has won.
No words will explain this.
Oh my god.
Like I told you, man.
Oh my
Science.
god. Zapno is crying. Zapno is crying.
Chakno can't believe it. He just
oh,
landed
oh my god.
the fatal licks of his life.
Look at the face here of NXP.
Duality of man.
This is.
Oh my goodness.
This is MPL Philippines.
Take a moment, everyone,
Oh
to
my god.
appreciate
It's crazy.